Adam Friedman, Rivals.com, here with five-star superstar athlete Nyckoles Harbor, getting ready for the season at Archbishop Carroll High School in Washington, D.C. Nick, coming off a really successful track season. Congrats on all the best times, personal records that you set this year. How's that transition been going, coming back from track to football?
The transition's been going great. Excellent. The hard part was, having had a helmet on for 3 days. Seeing everybody else hit, play. And then also the scrimmage, just to see them playing the scrimmage, I couldn't be out there with my brothers. It felt different, but it's all part of playing. It's all part of keeping me safe. Make sure I'm regulated and I'm good to go. But now, I've been in pass for the past 3 days, and it's time to work. We got a game in 8 days, so I'm just ready for that. Getting ready for the game. That's the biggest part. The scrimmages do matter to see how offense and defense is gonna look, but. Week one counts. The scrimmages don't account to your record. They just help you. So, for me to be there for the game, that's going to be the biggest part.
Sure. Well, everybody's excited to see what you're going to be able to do on the defensive side of the ball and on the offensive side of the ball as a receiver and tight end. When you're talking to college coaches all over the country, what are they telling you about your position at the next level?
Position, at this point, I'm positionless. I can play quarterback and, kicker, punter, anything, but mainly tight end, that hybrid, tight end receiver, and then, on defense, just going there on third downs, go rush the passer, just go get after the quarterback, because, run, you don't want me there on run block, when I'm at 6'6", 230, I ain't doing that. 300-pound people, I go get the passer, but, running, it's a whole different story.
Yeah, so we'll look for definitely double-digit sacks this year, right?
Oh, of course.
Of course. Okay, let's talk about your recruiting a little bit more in detail here. 3 schools that we've heard a lot about this offseason with you: Michigan, USC, and LSU. LSU, you've got a visit set for in October. I don't know if that date is completely locked in yet. I know you were telling me a little bit while before that you might change that date. So where do things stand with your visit to LSU?
The visit's there, but I think I have a game October 8th. Yeah, I think I have a game that Saturday. And that's the part, I didn't think about when I had the schedule. I didn't know I didn't have a game that Saturday. So, we might have to change it, but, it's still going to get it set up. If I can't take it that weekend, then I'm definitely going to get it set up for another weekend. Okay,
LSU's been picking up a number of big commitments on the recruiting trail here late in the summer. What does that do for your interest in the LSU Tigers?
Just sees that recruitment's going well. People at my position, like what Coach Kane and, the whole defensive staff and then the offensive staff are doing, at the school. So, it's really big for me, to see how many people, are loving the school. And then, for me, just to go there and see what they're about.
Okay. How are things going between you and USC right now?
It's going good, Wait, which?
USC, Southern Cal. We'll start with that.
Southern Cal. Southern Cal with Coach Riley, Coach Mann, everything's going good. Talks are still up. I'm seeing how everything's going with them, and I'm gonna talk to my parents and see, if they would have one of my 5 officials.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask, do you have a date in mind for that visit at all? Not yet.
Not Southern California.
Okay, so let's talk about the other USC, South Carolina. I know you've got both of them in contention here. You had just set up a visit, an official visit to South Carolina for later this fall. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
What is the date for that visit?
September 17th.
17th. What game is that for? You remember?
Georgia.
Okay, so South Carolina's been making some moves on the recruiting trail, especially on the defensive front. They picked up Montague Rames, an in-state defensive Rivals 250 defensive lineman earlier this summer. They're going after a number of other defensive ends, and one of the ones from up here that they're looking at is you. What are your thoughts on the Gamecocks and just the way that Shane Beamer has that program going right now?
Great atmosphere to be in. Everybody's following under Coach Beamer. What Coach Beamer has in store and has in plan. I see he has a bright vision for the program and all of it. Just the coaches are riled up against them. Riled up with them, and they're ready to take on everybody and everything. What Coach Demo said. The greatest motivational speaker that I've heard in a minute. He can get a crowd pumped up. He will have people running through walls, tanks, water for him. He really has a great staff there, and I like the players and the coaches. it's just a great place to be around.
Yeah. Marshawn Lloyd, the last big player that they've got from the DMV area. They got a couple after him as well, but he's kind of led the charge for them in the DMV here. Is he helping out in the recruitment of you at all?
You know, he's telling me stuff here and there, but, you know, he just leaves it up to the coaches and all that. But I think a lot of players have, you know, put their input, you know, of how life is, you know, being a University of South Carolina student, you know, just being there besides the football aspect. I take the football aspect and, you know, put in, you know, how's it there to be a student, because I still got to live there, still got to go to school there, so I just want to see how that is too. Instead, you know, just seeing all the football stuff. Cause that's easy. That's the easy part right there. But, you know, to see how, you know, the rest of the county, the city treats you, and all that's the you know, the big maker right there.
Gotcha. Okay. And then, you know, with Michigan, another one of the big schools in your recruitment, how are things going between you and the Wolverines at this point?
Things are going great. You know, we're having talks to set up the official visit, so, you know, that date should be coming out sooner or later too. So. That's really it. You know, talks has been going really well. Just seeing how they're gonna do this season. You know, how all the teams that, you know, I'm starting to think of, you know, are gonna do this season. Are they progressing up? You know, how many players do they need? Is this gonna be is this gonna be a rebuild, or, you know, it's a team there they just need a couple more pieces, then they're at a championship. So now that's what we're really looking for this college season. You know, to see how all these players and coaches, you know, doing their second year, you know, with Coach Beamer's second year, if Michigan can repeat what they did, you know, last year, making all the way, if Coach Riley can bring USC back to its glory days, and, you know, Coach Cristobal can bring Miami up, and Coach, Brian Kelly, you know, can bring LSU back to the national championship, you know, Coach Kirby, you know, can they win another national championship, and then I forgot last school, you know.
Yeah,
you can even put Tyson.
There's a lot to watch this season for sure. That factors into your recruitment. One other school I know we need to talk about is Maryland, the local school here. I know that they're working hard to get you back on campus and trying to stay, at least keep pace in your recruitment, we'll say. How are things going on that front between you and the local school?
Pace is going good. You know, everything is going good. Talks. You know, I've seen that they did enough. You know, I was like to get a visit, so we're gonna set that up. You know, Coach Loxley, you know, was talking about, you know, the last week before I commit, so whenever I commit, you know, one of them December weekends. So, you know, we're going to see what it's about. You know,
we'll look for that visit maybe in December, like you said there. All right, and just as far as a commitment date, or at least a time frame, what are you thinking there?
I have a date. I don't have an exact date in mind, but somewhere in like mid to late December is when I'll make a decision and stuff.
Are you going to sign there in the early signing period?
I most likely should. If I don't, I think I don't even know how many signing periods there are.
There's 2 signing periods. The first one is in late December. I believe it's the 22nd this year.
Yeah. So if I commit after that, then, you know, I just went to the next one. But you know, I mean, now it's just basically on the football. It's just road to number 1 player in the country. That's what we're doing it for now.
Okay, well, top 10 prospect right now, 5-star Nyckoles Harbor. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to seeing you work this fall.
Yes, I appreciate it.